Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. I am pleased to announce the return of the Salivate Metal Salivation Nation 2-ounce PA4 silver round. Let's explore. Was quite a mouthful, but technically this is called the Salivation Nation round. More on that in a moment. But first, I'm going to give a brief history of quote channel rounds here. Believe it or not, this channel was the first to do a struck silver round representing a YouTube channel or social media platform specifically created for this community. And the very first round that was created was the 1-ounce Salivate Metal round. And I have a couple different examples to show you here. One of the most recent ones I got is this example here that shows sort of a later strike of this piece. And this was the original channel round that represented silver in this community. Sort of a three-pronged approach here. It commemorated silver, and this community, and this channel. And that's what it was about. And so that was the first channel round. The first strikes of this were almost proof-like. And there is an example of what was known as the bullion grade version of this channel round. And this is an example that I had purchased from the manufacturer of this piece, of these channel rounds, and that was actually from Regency Mint. And here's a certificate of authenticity that came from Regency and sold through a dealer called Quality Silver Bullion at the time. They've now merged with Regency Mint, and there's what the proof-like version looks like. Very nicely done, for sure, but relatively simple design here, based off of the Bohr's diagram for silver. So there that is, and that was the original channel round when the channel was much smaller, but it was kind of neat to have a struck round created specifically for the community. Then the next thing I came up with again through Regency Mint, was a 1.75 ounce limited issue Fortitude round. You know that cats are my thing. I have two cats, and this channel round had some of the security features that we were starting to see in some of the coins from the Royal Canadian Mint and the Royal Mint. And this was a limited edition to, I think, 175, and it's 1.75 ounces of fine silver. Could not get to the 2-ounce size because of their limited ability to do that there at Regency Mint at the time. But they're very accommodating and did a great job on this. There are actually playlists on how this channel round was created and anything related to it, as well as the original Salivate Metal channel round, the 1-ounce round. And as you can see, a common theme in all of these is they are very thick. In fact, I'll take out the one here if I can get it out. I'll show you. Wanted something different, and the Mint was very accommodating, even though it's not what they normally do. They create special tooling and to make it happen. At the time, it was relatively unheard of to have a thick 1-ounce round like this, literally 30 millimeters in diameter, and with a reeded edge to make this thing happen. So Regency Mint was very, very good to do. There you can see how thick it is for 1 ounce. 30 millimeters. That's the size of a $50 or a 1-ounce gold Canadian maple leaf. Same diameter, 30 millimeters. Pretty amazing that they were able to do that at the time. And these were released right at the very end of 2014 for these channel rounds. And they're only available in the secondary market, which basically means eBay. There have been some local coin shops that have been known to have them from time to time. I actually have seen one at my local coin shop. I was very surprised to see that. And so that led to the association with Intaglio Mint, where this channel round came into being. I'm going to turn this on to see if we can get the spin without it falling off. Hopefully that'll work. Yes, and so this was I believe the best quality, yep, there it is, it's already starting to fall over. There's something around this thing does not have, it's level, the surface is level, but it does not like to stay still there. But nonetheless, this was something that I had designed in a CAD program and wanted to kind of really showcase the intricacy and detail that I knew that Intaglio Mint could produce. And so, and they did a wonderful job of taking the design and applying it to this metal, to this surface. And there is a story behind this design. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this now, as these are now available. But before I get into the story behind the design of this piece, letting you know that it is available at JM Bullion. Originally, APMEX had carried these in limited supply and sold out relatively quickly, especially there at the beginning of the pandemic. And when premiums started to go up, they did not rise for these, so they were kind of bought at a bargain, and they sold out very, very quickly there. And so that left these things to be made unavailable for quite some time. And because of the pandemic and their concentrating on higher demand silver, this was a low priority, and understandably so. So they did not restock, and so JM Bullion was gracious enough to start carrying these, and they placed an order with them, but there was a delay as well too, for a lot of the same reason that we are seeing now with silver items. It's silver products, fabrication, and the like. Not necessarily a silver shortage, just a shortage of fabricated silver, blanks and the like, and the ability to get these things out. Intaglio Mint is known for their 2-ounce rounds of great detail, and they did not disappoint in this round. They completely encapsulated the vision that I had in the design of this piece. And so I'm very pleased to have being able to see this thing as a finished product, and myself as the creator of the design. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the what it is about this design and what makes it so special here. In fact, I am going to, as I do this, I'm going to actually put this up on a easel as we look at each side of this, so you can see exactly what is behind this design, the meaning behind the design, because it does have a meaning, believe it or not. I'll talk to you a little bit about that now. This 2-ounce round represents the Salivation Nation, and the Salivation Nation is essentially all of you, the viewers. So it's really kind of commemorating you and the sub-community of the overall precious metals community on YouTube, but also on other social media platforms as well. There's some crossover for sure in some of the communities that are on Instagram, Reddit, and the like. And so this is an example of a piece that celebrates the Salivation Nation as a part of the overall community. It's defined by the membership of the community that interacts in the sphere of this channel. And we can commemorate the status with this Salivation Nation special silver PA4 round. And it is 39 millimeters, but it is 2 ounces. So PA4 is French for the meaning strong foot, or essentially it also means double thickness, and it really is a double the thickness of a 39 millimeter 1 ounce round indeed. So therefore, as noted, it contains 2 troy ounces of fine silver as inscribed there. And we know that we talk on this channel, we talk about coins, bullion, and commentary. And that's what circles the top. 2 troy ounces fine silver is inscribed across the bottom. And the logo, the Salivate Metal logo, rests inside an oval with a textured background, which represents the completeness of the community. And also, it's a very well-rounded community, even though sometimes we can be squished, since the oval case there. But I believe it encapsulates us all in terms of our love for precious metals, and that's kind of what that represents. Behind the oval itself is a 10-pointed 3D beveled star on a textured foundation, highlighting the principles of strength, symmetry, and order. And radiating from the center underneath is a textured background pattern, ensuring and representing security in the highest detail. And it's not only a security feature of the round itself, which there's very highly unlikely that anybody would even want to try to fake these. It's not that, imitation is the highest form of flattery, but I don't think anybody's going to be trying to fake a Salivate metal channel round anytime soon. But nonetheless, I believe it represents not only a security feature, just in case somebody may want it for these rounds, but also just the security of precious metals in general. There's something about being secure in your financial, with your dollar losing value day by day, month by month, year by year, and this provides a way to be able to represent security, and as a security feature on silver. Silver being the metal of what it is a metal that certainly is malleable enough to be able to showcase that security feature quite well. Now let's talk about the reverse of the metal, which this round here, it does have, this is where the theme really comes together here. And this is about you, the community here. A multitude of gratitude encircles the top there. A multitude of gratitude, which represents what I say at the end of all my videos. And it's not just a phrase, it is from the heart. And I really do appreciate you all taking the time to interact with this channel and to be part of this community here. And then on the Salivation Nation is across the bottom there. And indeed, that's what it's about. The Salivation Nation is you, the community. That's what I call the collective of those of you who join here. And it is flanked by 3 bullet points on each side to kind of fill in the gap between the two phrases there. The Salivate Metal coat of arms with 2 kitties, 5 stars, and the SM inside of the shield there is what is in the middle here in the oval behind the texture, and it represents the completeness of the community. And that logo there should be familiar with those of you who remember the Fortitude round. It's that same logo, although slightly different and apprised. That is it's really the coat of arms. That is the coat of arms there. And it's essentially an example of that there on this particular piece here indeed. Yes, there it is. And the banner that reads Salivate Metal there rests inside the oval with its textured background. And then, which again on this side represents the completeness of the community. Behind the oval is the 10-pointed 3D bevel star on a textured foundation, highlighting again the principles of strength, symmetry, and order. And that symmetry essentially is something that I like about having a theme that carries over from one side to the other. That some symmetry and a carryover and crossover of themes is something that I think is quite apropos within coin designs. I like coins. That's, I think, one reason why I like the St. Gaudens double eagle. When Augustus St. Gaudens created that design, he really did show on both sides they kind of complement each other. I believe both sides of metals or coins should complement each other, and this is what I was going after on this side as well too, with carrying the theme of the texture and the 5-pointed star. So there you have it. That is the Salivation Nation channel round here, and I'm going to get this thing spinning again here. So you can kind of see this thing from this level to see how thick it is, the 2-ounce size from Intaglio Mint. And so these are available, and stay tuned for those of you now who have shown an interest in these. They are available. There will be some surprises along the way. I'm working with J.M. Bullion on some of that, which should be announced soon. And one thing I will leave you with here is that premiums on silver have gone up, and sadly they have they are also reflected in this channel round too. There are 3 premiums tied to this. My premium has not gone up at all. It's still the same for each round. Out of full transparency, it's $1.50 per round, and that I'm paid on these. And so it's not much on my end, and that's the way they've been from the very beginning. But there's also Intaglio Mint's a premium, and their production costs have increased, as well as JM Bullion's premium as well. And of course, with inflation, that is not lost on many of the products that we buy for precious metals. But nonetheless, there it is. There may be some promotions we may do down the line, but nothing is assured or promised, especially with the market where the way it is today. And there's no promise that anyone that buys this will see anything other from this other than just as a novelty that just happens to be made of 2 ounces of 3/9 fine silver. So there is a premium that you will pay. Likely, well, almost assuredly, you will not get that premium back, just as a full disclosure. But it's a way to kind of commemorate the channel. There's been some members of the community here who have already have these from buying them before. Some may want to have another, either as a gift or to, in a sense, way to spread the message of precious metals to maybe somebody from outside the community. So that's kind of what it's about. It's been a fun project, and this is something that I hope you will enjoy. And I want to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to listen to this story behind the channel around here. And I want to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.